It is now time for Ring the Bell Radio, a wrestling podcast. It's the most erotic thing I've ever seen. Hello, everybody. That's right. You're listening to Ring the Bell Radio, a wrestling podcast with me, the one, the only, in your ear all day long, King Logan. That's right, my magnanimous and amazing fans. We're back with another amazing episode. With me, as always, the man with the beats, the man with the is that the right noise?
Yeah, I'd say it's close.
All right, he's got those. He's got the mixers. He's got the records on the record player things and the lights and all that stuff. It is DJ Barris.
In 3, 2. Oh, wait, no, it was like Harley, not DJ Barris. Okay, anyway. Nickelodeon flashbacks. Oh, man. Oh, no, nothing recovering after WrestleMania weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have 3 shows to watch from last week. I have Stand Deliver and then NXT After Mania and AEW Dynamite. I didn't watch any of those yet.
Well, you know what the funny thing is when we were talking last week and you were like, man, I'm like wrestled out at the moment. Like I just watched so much wrestling. So I was telling my wife about it afterwards. I was like, yeah, Barris is just like, just so much wrestling going on this weekend. You know, I just wrestled out for an hour. And she looks at me and she goes, pussy. Yeah, she was like, how can you have too much wrestling? Like, what is wrong with you? I was like, darling, you've never sat through an AEW pay-per-view in the old days. These things are like 8 hours long. Yeah,
right?
Crazy.
They go till like the main event doesn't go on till midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, here comes John Moxley. And
you're like, Jesus Christ, this is an entire shift. Like I could have been at work and did an entire shift before you got to John Moxley coming in. Like Jesus Christ. Long pay-per-views. Long pay-per-views.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm happy that, you know, WWE would pretty much like, now we'll just do it over 2 days. You know, we just do it 2 days. There you go.
Honestly, their pay-per-views, they could literally have their Dynamite and their Collision and the pay-per-view with what they have on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that, you know, most of it isn't good. It's just like, oh my God, I'm sitting here past 6.5 hours. I ate all my buffalo chicken dip. Like, damn it.
There's that fatigue that you get. When I get exactly what you're saying, because there was a point where I was watching Raw, I was watching SmackDown, I was watching NXT, I was trying to catch AEW. This is before they had like the new show. What's the new one they do? Is it Collision is the new one? Or the latest one?
Collision is the one they're still doing. They're just not doing the other one. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, wow. It was when that one was on. I was like, it's just too much wrestling. You know, yeah, and it's not, it doesn't matter how much of a super fan you are. You have somebody watch wrestling for like 20 hours out of your week, you're gonna get fatigued. No matter how, just think of it like this, no matter how much you're a football fan or a baseball fan, for you Americans, how much would you be willing to sit there and watch a 12-hour long game? You know, or watch continuous games every day for like 7 hours a day. It's just, it would fatigue you out. But I totally get what you mean. It's just, there's so much with the WrestleMania weekend. And that's why I was kind of weary when they're like, yeah, SummerSlam's going to be 2 days as well. I'm like, oh my God. This, once a year was fine around Mania. I'm happy with that. But now it's the entire weekend for SummerSlam as well. And I get why
not to mention the host either.
Who is it? Cardi B?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. Horrible.
Like we said last episode.
Yep.
Wacky music sometimes. I get that. Like I say, I'm not. Listen, my rap knowledge ended with like California Love by Tupac. Okay, that's pretty much where I'm at. Okay, so I don't know a lot of this new rap or hip hop or stuff like that. It's terrible because I sound like a fucking old man, sitting there like, I only listen to Elvis Presley. Damn you and your crazy rock and roll musics. No, it's like I don't. There's something with the flavor of the new music just doesn't do it for me. I listen to lots of new music, just not in that category. But if you make me listen to Fiend one more fucking time, I'm gonna burn WrestleMania down. It took me a good couple of weeks to realize that it's actually saying a word instead of somebody just hitting a key on like synthesizer over and over. Because I've never heard the song before. I just thought it was background music or whatever. But Fiend, after every match. Drove me nuts. And one other thing I wanted to throw in before we move on about WrestleMania weekend was, did you notice that every single match was sponsored by someone?
No, I didn't.
Every single match was sponsored by a company. Even the what you call it, the main events.
Huh.
They were sponsored by, it was like
Snickers.
Snickers was one. Dude Wipes.
Yeah.
Dude Wipes was another one.
Preparation H.
Probably. They should get Paul Levesque to do an advertisement spot. Like, you don't need Triple H, you need Preparation H. Give the pedigree to your hemorrhoids. See, that'd be great.
Yeah, and if he doesn't want to do it, you get Puppet H.
There you go.
Yeah, he's probably looking for work.
But yeah, every match was sponsored by someone. It was very weird. Very weird. Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I get making money in advertisement, but it's just weird to see the main event like sponsored by someone. It's weird.
By Dude Wipes.
Yeah, crazy stuff. All right, so let's get into the SmackDown after Mania. Fun stuff went on. Cena comes out once again with the greatest entrance ever, and just destroys the crowd. And then Randy Orton comes out, and Randy Orton gives him the RKO. End of story. Rinse and repeat pretty much what was last week. It's the same stuff we've seen her each week, but it's so fun for the fan interaction to it. We also had a little bit storylines, but honestly, not really much that you're missing there. One of the good fights of the night, I think, was Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu. Once again, Jacob Fatu just shows you that he is the man. He is all gas, no brakes. And I love it. And I love it. And he just really showed his worth with those two guys today. It was good. Really happy with it. Also got a really, really fantastically good triple threat. How would you explain this? Triple threat tag team TLC match.
Yep.
Yeah. Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, and DIY. Now, generally, I would have fast forwarded through this one because Street Profits are on fire. They ain't gonna lose the titles. But I tell you what, I didn't, because I saw it had tables, and if there's tables, you must watch. Okay. So I saw tables, and I let it play. It was an amazing match. It really was. There's some great high-risk table breakages, skull and crossbones through a table, Dawkins spearing Ciampa off, hanging on the belts through a table. Montez Ford just shows that he's ready to move up the ladder here and go to the next level, because he's just badass in the ring. I mean, there was some good stuff. Tiffy Time came out, did some talky, and then Naomi came out, and then Nia Jax came out, Cargill came out. Everyone came out. It was crazy. Fun stuff with that. I do like Naomi's deranged character. It's really working with me now. I'm happy to see more. Anything else you want to add to the SmackDown rundown?
SmackDown rundown. How about that last match? Jacob Fatu shooting through the middle rope, hitting LA Knight and who was it? Damian Priest, I think.
Yeah.
And then when he had LA in the middle of the ring, did you see the height that he got on that backflip? That was crazy, right?
I tell you that along with the prettiest moonsault ever, it is one of the prettiest moonsaults ever. It just looks so violent when he lands. When he lands, he like strikes his feet, like his knees and his shins on the ground when he takes the pounding. And it sounds really good with how they have the microphones angled with the ring. It's a really nice cracking sound, but it just looks so violent. And because of his weight, when he's hitting that mat, it's making LA Knight, or Drew McIntyre bounce. So it adds into the whole visual appeal of it. It's just so good. So good. Love Jacob Fatu. And I love that he's wearing a shirt with 4-2 on it. And my wife's like, look at his shirt. And I was like, okay, 4-2. And she's like, 4-2, Fatu, 4-2. Oh, okay. Well done. I got bitch slapped for that. Thanks. Thanks, Jacob. But yeah, it's super cool.
He's also bringing back the crisscross style, wearing your clothes backwards. I was like, oh, Jacob Fatu's totally crossed out.
I just love it when like Solo's like, yeah, I brought him here. I made him champion. And Fatu's like, oh, don't get it twisted. Love it.
He's like, get in where you fit in, dog. I'm like, oh, he's quoting Too Short, which is awesome. But yeah, no, I mean, but the thing is with Solo ain't lying, because they were scared to bring him in. So like he was one of the ones who fought to bring him in. And yeah, I mean, storyline wise, yeah, he brought him in.
Here we are 6 months later. He's got a belt on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, that's what I like about this new, this new kind of era that we're in, is, you get rewarded for the hard work. You get rewarded for being at the company and having that crowd support, right? You're just that good in the ring. Like I said this many times before, I was like, oh, Jacob Fatu. Who? Like the Simone Ware? What? Come on, man. Oh, it just looks crazy. Like one of the other dudes from, I think it's Tonka Truck who does the craziness. And I'm like, I just couldn't. And then when they separated him, I'm like, oh, this dude's just like the new Umaga. It's like, he is just awesome. I love it. But yeah,
with a little bit of Ice Cube with it.
It's just so good. Like, guys, just if you haven't seen a Jacob Fatu match properly, this SmackDown one was a really good one to really showcase his quick skills. Yeah, it's a good one. So, yeah, watch it.
What about Chelsea Green and Miss Vega?
So upset that Chelsea lost the belt
Yep.
because Chelsea is just one of the best, greatest wrestlers ever. No, I love the character of Chelsea Green, but I love the real life person, Chelsea Green, because she has done so much in her career, from the indies, helping people out. Like, you don't know the amount of people like, yeah, I got this idea from Chelsea Green, or Chelsea Green told me to do it this way, and I did, and now it's a phenomenon. Seriously, Chelsea Green is an amazing worker, great asset. I was super happy when they put the belt on her. I knew it would move away just because she's a comedy character, but yeah, I mean, it was a good match. I mean, Vega did some nice moves. Vega did some good stuff in that match. And, what about the surprise? Isn't it Miss Vega's husband?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alistair Black showed up. Yeah, and kicked Miz in the head. That was fun.
And had his old music and
yeah,
his old entrance.
Music. He looked great. He looked exact, and everybody started chanting "Welcome back" to him, and it was good. I think he was even taken aback by it a little bit, but yeah, it was good. Very happy with Alistair Black being back.
I thought they were singing the theme song for "Welcome Back, Connor," and so I was kind of confused there when I was watching it, and I'm like, oh, okay. I started singing, and everybody's looking at me like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't
know." All right, let's move away from SmackDown, and let's get into the meat of the subject. We're not going to talk too long about it tonight. Just want to get DJ's opinions, put something out there for you guys, and maybe get some response from you guys about it. So my topic of talk tonight is intergender wrestling matches. And the reason I bring this up is because there have been intergender matches in WWE for many years. The last one that comes to mind was Becky Lynch versus someone. I can't remember his name. I'll have to look it up. Yeah,
Wasn't it Becky and Seth versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans?
No, it was Becky Lynch versus Becky Lynch versus James Ellsworth. That's it.
Oh, James.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a minute. I haven't talked to him in a minute. I got to hit him up and say, hey.
You do? See?
Yeah.
You should be like, come on, tell us how it was like to get, Becky Lynch kick your ass.
Right.
It's great. Dean Malenko versus Lita. That was a good one back in the late 90s, very early 2000s, end of the Attitude Era kind of thing.
Yeah.
I remember that one. And China versus Chris Jericho.
Yeah, and Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett as well. I mean, China was awesome. I know. Yeah, WWE doesn't do it very often, and I understand why. If you think about it, a lot of people that watch wrestling are males, and you don't want to establish a pattern with younger males, thinking it's all right to hit females. I get that. I really do. But that being said, this isn't like I'm going to get apolitical for a second. It's not like transgender athletes where there's arguments for both sides about things. This is an art form. You're not posing strength versus strength. This is an art form. It's a dance of violence. So in this case, it is easy for you to take a 145-pound woman and suplex a 6'2", 275-pound guy, because between them that have to both cooperate to make the move work. So it's not like, it wouldn't be fair kind of thing. That's not what I'm getting into. I'm getting into how this is a phenomenon that's up and coming again. And to put a kind of pin in that would be the new update to WWE 2K25, the new expansion, the new update they just did, has intergender matches in it now. And that kind of came out of nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. I didn't think it was something that they were pushing for, but doing some research on the subject, there are some crazy good intergender matches. Crazy good. One that I caught, because I was doing a bit of research for it and looking up some matches, and one that I caught this weekend was Io Sky, Kairi Sane. You have to forgive me, I don't know who the last female wrestler was, but they were called like the Black Lotuses, and it was in an episode of Libra Underground, and they fought these guys called like the Pentagon Junior or something like that, and the match was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And it is a perfect place for you. I believe it's season 3, episode 12 is what I ended up finding out. But this is a perfect place to really showcase how women in a wrestling ring like that, facing a guy, can work perfectly good. Okay. There are some women that are incredibly athletic, incredibly dexterous, those kind of things. There are women that are incredibly strong, and larger. I mean, think Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Now, when you think about those kind of strength women, Jade Cargill as well, and put them against someone like, I don't know, like Chad Gable or Andrade or Andrado or whatever his name is, ex Mr. Flair. Yeah, one of those guys. And they make some wonderful matches. And there was one that actually DJ and I are going to do a review on for part of one of our episodes, is Chelsea Green versus Penta. And he sent me a snippet reel from it, and wow. Wow. That I just seen it. I'm like, man, I want to see that match. Like, Chelsea takes it like a champ. Like, she's getting bounced around like no man's business. And Penta hits her with this like Gunther slap backhand thing, and the crack it makes is just evil, very evil. But yeah, it's been crazy. I've been watching a lot of it because, like I said, it's not. It can work. I mean, obviously, you have to have some like believable levels of stuff. Like if you put Drew McIntyre in with Liv Morgan, there's okay. That's going to be harder to work with. Doesn't mean it's impossible, but it's going to be harder to work with. But, if you put likewise with likewise, or, what I'm saying is women intergender wrestling, I think is something that there's a market for. What do you think,
right?
DJ? What do you think?
Well, I know those kicks to the back of Chelsea's thighs, you could feel those through the phone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I do you ever have 2 Charlie horses go off in each leg right there in the middle of the night? Yeah, that happened to me last night. So I especially felt those today when I saw that, that clip I sent you.
That bomb, and that drop bomb he does outside the ring on the apron. I thought she was dead. I thought she was dead.
And they asked her too. They said, hey, since he's here now, what do you think? They were doing an interview with her, and she goes, yeah, I'm going to need about a month to do cardio. She goes, if they'd let us. And I'm like, ooh, that
But
could be real good.
it
But
could be. But like I said,
who knows?
so what do you think? Is there a market for it? Who would you like to see, like a male wrestler versus female wrestler solo competition? Who would you like to see?
I'd like to see Shayna Baszler just take anybody down.
I think Shayna
So,
Baszler could take anybody down. That's the problem. She would win
so,
everything.
so Shayna Baszler versus Jacob Fatu, SummerSlam.
That would
That's
be
what I'm.
that would be a good match, actually.
If she can slow him down.
Yeah. Do you think there's a market for it? Do you think that we should be looking at, I'm not saying go crazy like an intergender title, but do you think it should be something that we should get into the habit of seeing more?
I think they should throw it out once. Maybe just throw it like in the end of a match. Just have someone like two people just have a sequence, see how it goes, and just go from there. If it's well responded, then do a match after. When you have the Judgment Day split, you can have Rodriguez versus Dom.
Yeah, and I was like, here's the cool thing is saying that is look how much of a big thing it was for Rhea to do the Riptide on Dom finally.
Right.
After that, there must have been like, okay, so if we get Rhea Ripley to like beat up Roman Reigns, that's gonna sell tickets. Let's do that.
Well, remember she used to beat up Dom before he joined.
Yeah.
She'd like wrap her legs around his head.
The thigh crush.
Which I'm sure he was happy with, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
probably not because he's married, has a wife, and so probably not. But you get it.
Yeah. It's good stuff. I think they should do it. Yeah, how you're doing a little introduction,
Yep.
to it, and then go do a match and see if it pulls anyone and see it. But don't make it a monthly thing or a pay-per-view thing. Keep it for like a special in your hat until you kind of build up a lot of work for it, and then go from there, I think. But I mean, if you look at the independent circuits, they've been doing the intergender for years, mainly because a lot of these places don't have huge rosters. There's only so many times you can run a storyline with one guy before you've rotated through all of them. You've got to keep things fresh. And it has been something that has been done on WWE throughout, pretty much all the ages. I mean, apart from the gold and the silver, I mean, you're talking the end of the job era and the beginning of Attitude. Ever since then, and I mean, I understand like Attitude was a bit extreme on how it was done because that was more abuse to women. Yeah, shock value, and I think it gave a big wrong impression to younger kids at the time with how women could be treated. And I just, like I say, I think one of the worst storylines I've ever had the misfortune of following was Kane kidnapping Lita, forcibly marrying her, and getting her pregnant, and then she loses the baby. I mean, it's just. I mean, I understand the whole angle with Triple H and Stephanie and that kind of marriage thing, but when you add that last bit onto it, it lost me. It was just so edgy, so much edge on it. It was didn't do it for me.
Well, you remember what was it? Snitsky came out and like kicked the baby.
Yeah, I mean, it was just punted the baby. The baby. Yeah.
Into the third row.
It was just extreme. And I'm one of those guys that, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. So I love that kind of culture, that richness, the we had back then. And yeah, it was so extreme for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Nah.
Now
Couldn't do
think
it.
about that, and then think about how shocking it was when Honky Tonk Man pushed down Miss Elizabeth when he was gonna hit Mach with a guitar, and she was begging him not to,
Yep.
and that was a huge deal.
I remember reading about that in a newspaper in England. Like my dad, I love wrestling, and he read it in the newspaper that morning. He's like, "Hey, it's like about your WWF people," and I'm sitting there reading it, and I'm like, they're like, "Yeah, it was pushed to the ground. It's like violence against women and blood, how disgraceful." And I was like, "Oh my God, Honky Tonk Man is a douche." And for the longest time, I thought Honky Tonk Man was just an asshole, because I didn't understand kayfabe until, a good few years later. So I
Right.
he's a horrible guy. Yes, I hate him. Pushed down Miss Lesbian, terrible. I don't like it.
I'll never forget one time I was backstage at a local show. I was selling merch for a friend of mine, and I see a guitar in the corner, and I'm like, "Hey," I was like, "Who invited Honky?" So I go back out and sell him merch and everything. And right before intermission, his music hit, and here he comes coming out, and I'm like,
Wow.
"Oh shit, okay, there's Honky. Someone invited him."
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I was like, and I didn't see him at first at all, so I didn't know where he was. And then I saw him after, and I was like, "Hey," I was like, "Nice to meet you," blah blah blah. And I was like, "Yeah," I was like, "I saw your guitar in the corner, and I thought you were here, and then I didn't see you." And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I was around." And I'm like, "Wow, Honky's like a ninja, Honky ninja."
Do you remember Bailey versus Finn Balor?
I remember they were doing like a lot of they were never like involved, but they were doing a lot of like crushy stuff. Like there was a house show where they were both champions, and they did the end of that Dirty Dancing movie where like he caught her and spun her and all that crap. And I was like, turn, go heel, turn,
Just drop
go
her.
heel, just drop her on her huggy ass. And everybody's like, dude. And I'm like, what? It'd be funny.
That would be
And
awesome.
yeah. And no, they just did a lot of that stuff, but I don't remember them actually working against each other.
Yeah, so I'm looking it up here, and hold on, I'm for all you people at home, just to show that I'm not taking credit for other people's work. This is a article from the Sports Star. 10 intergender matches WWE will never book, but should.
Oh,
Maybe that's why. Because they're
there you
dream
go.
matches, not intergender matches. So that's the wrong article. We're not going to go to that one.
That'd be a good one though.
That would be a good one.
Yeah.
That would be a good one. Who else have we got that I know is really good? I mean, China versus Jeff Jarrett was a good match.
Yeah.
It was a good match. I mean, it really showcased, China's strength in a lot of ways. I mean, like I say, the Ring of Honor they used to do intergender matches
Yeah.
years ago. I don't know how that is anymore with AEW involved with it. So, but yeah.
What about Royal Rumble a couple years ago when Nia came down? I thought they
Yeah.
were going to get in a lot of trouble for that because everybody in the ring gave her their finish.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it was just because Nia Jackson's such a horrible heel at the
And just
time. Everyone was like,
every
yeah.
she deserves it. She's
Yeah.
hurted enough people.
Yeah, she bad.
Oh, she hurt me. Remember, she came back and I fell
Yeah.
out of my chair. I'm still
Yeah.
recovering.
I
I still
tell
got a
you.
boot on. Still got a boot. I'm Canadian.
You're a boot on a boot?
A boot. I'm all about a boot with a boot.
My friend, a close friend of mine's from Canada, and
Oh.
she always says, I'm about to put my boots on and get on my boat. And she says it to me all the time. She was like, I'm about to get my boot. I got in the boot. So hilarious. She cracks me up all the time with it. She's like, you a boot? And she knows because I laugh at it and she emphasizes it so much now. Are you a boot this weekend? I'm like, you sound almost Scottish, like the way she says it.
She sounds like Sexy Drew.
Sexy Drew. Lord. So yeah, I'm what about you guys at home? What about you listeners? What do you think? You think it would be something you would like to see? Do you think it should be used sparingly? Do you think it should go all the way and be like commonplace? Who would you like to see fight each other? I would definitely go for a wicked match between Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. I think
you're going to turn them.
Yeah, I think. No. I want the storyline to be: listen, you're the best. I'm the best. Let's fight. And then they do it like the Vacquez and the Io Sky thing last week. That'd be fun. But I think it'd be a good match.
I'm going to go Big Mummy Cool, Rodriguez versus Sexy Drew.
That would be a good match.
Right?
Yeah. I like it. Because Drew could work with anyone. As JD always says, he can work. Well, he always says this about Mr. Perfect, but he could literally work with a chair. He could go to the ring with a chair and make the chair look good.
Yep. But also honorable mention for that is Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
And JD McDonough. Because I'll tell you what, man, that kid can go. And I've said it forever. And people finally realize it after he goes and hurts himself.
And my wife's like, I hate him. Why'd he have to come back? He has such a big, his head is so big.
Wait, first I get called a pussy and now she's down in JD McDonough?
Oh, dude, well, like when he first came to the Judgment Day, when he was trying to get in and everything, and R-Truth was there. Yeah. So, a little comment on SmackDown last night was R-Truth running into John Cena at the end of the show.
Yes.
So good. Hey, John Cena. Yo, hey, I got your back. You're the greatest of our champions. And then Jimmy Uso come over. He's like, dude, Cena's such a dick. He's like, well, yeah, that's the greatest champion of all time. When I grow up, I will be just like him. But you are grown up.
You are grown, Truth. You're grown.
So funny. Such like 30 seconds of just pure perfect truthness. Great.
Yeah. He can't do wrong. He just can't.
He can't. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Also, there was a thing on Facebook today that made me LOL for you young'uns. And that was somebody had marked themselves safe from Stone Cold's ATV. I thought that was so good.
Oh, that lady was so pissed.
Yeah.
So pissed.
So good. That's just a mania moment forever now. I love it.
Yeah.
So JD Dunner, when he came back, when he was first coming to WWE and was trying to get in the Judgment Day with Finn and everything, my wife was like, he looks like a human bobblehead.
He looks like a Funko Pop.
Yeah, he looks like a Funko. She said human bobblehead. Okay. And then literally like 2 weeks later, like they were making fun about it. And they were like, oh, what are you doing, Mr. Bobblehead? Oh, it's like his body makes no sense.
Cole and McAfee would get on him so bad. And then they felt so bad when he got hurt. They were like praising him the next week. Like, we love you. If you want to, go to JD McDonough's GoFundMe that we set up, you can donate it to it now. You can also buy his merch at wweshop.com. Barris, we know you're out there. We'll go ahead and order some shirts. They do that. Like, literally, listen back on Raw and SmackDown. If I don't order within 2 weeks at a time, they throw feelers out. Corey Graves hits me up, is like, "Yo, Levesque wanted to know if you're okay. We haven't gotten an order from you."
Levesque wanted to know if you're okay. I love it.
I mean, I'm kind of touched he checks up on a DJ, but I mean, still, it's like, I kind of feel it's like because they, put out some really good merch and I just keep ordering it. But I mean, hey, like ICP and Fago, I guess.
Well, did you celebrate the WWE holiday? Did you celebrate Rusev Day?
Oh, yes. Yep. Everything all in one day.
Wow.
Easter, the holiday, WrestleMania weekend, Rusev Day. Like,
that's long.
Yeah.
There's long. There's a
and
lot of stuff.
People think our job's easy.
I know.
No.
I know. It's hard.
Yeah. You fans make it rough. I'm telling you. but we do it for you guys.
All right, peoples. What do you think about intergender wrestling? Like I said, do you think something that would just be used sparingly? Who would you want in a match between the males and the females? Give us a comment on the Facebook or the Twitter and all that jazz. You can also check us out at ringthebellradio.com, where you can see all of our old episodes. You can also hit us up on your favorite streaming platforms, like the Apple Place and the Googlies and Amazon Music, I think it is, and and some other places where you can get like where you listen to your stuff, you can get us. All right, boom. Drop us a line at drop us a line at ringthebellradio.com at Ring the Bell Radio. No, go to the website, which is ringthebellradio.com. My Lord, then you can send us a message at ringthebellradio@gmail.com if you want to talk to us. Hot dog. Oh, what's gone wrong with me? I've lost it.
Do you know that Google's email is at google@okada.com?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was actually a sign.
Love it. All right, peoples. Anything else to add, DJ?
No. I mean, you mentioned the letters. You mentioned where you can, talk to us. Let's see. You mentioned the minds of spaces. Yeah. No, we're pretty good. We got it covered.
All right, golden. So, we're getting out of here because we're gonna go watch more wrestling, I guess.
Yeah, we're honeycomb cereal right now.
Yeah, you literally cannot stop us.
No, nope.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back next week with more fun stuff to talk about. Have a great weekend, and peace.
Get loony.